Hey, what's up, you guys? Patrick's Collectibles here with another Marvel Legends unboxing and review of three figures from the X-Men. So, this guy right here in the middle because this was my first X-Men review. I hope you guys check that out. Link in the description below. But he's not the center of the figure today. We have three of my most favorite X-Men. I don't know what you guys like in the X-Men, but I really love these three figures, specifically the one on the left, which will be our first review today. So here is Marvel X-Men Nightcrawler out of the packaging. So he has this for his one lone equipment in terms of weaponry, but also he has two interchangeable heads right here, and he has an interchangeable left hand to go along with his patented three-finger hands, but also has a back piece for Wendigo. But I did not opt to choose in buying Wendigo. I don't really like buff figures that much, but maybe in the future it'll change because this is a ginormous figure right here, and if I could complete this at a reasonably fair price, I might just get this figure in the future. But as of right now, I'm just gonna focus on Marvel Legends that I actually like and want to play with. So here we have Marvel's Angel out of the packaging. So this is actually Archangel. If you might not know where Archangel came from, he is Warren Worthington III, but he became a horseman of Apocalypse in the Age of Apocalypse storyline, or you might have heard of the movie X-Men Age of Apocalypse, where he was also another part of the Four Horsemen of Apocalypse. So Warren Worthington III was actually one of the first mutants that was featured in the X-Men canon in the comics. So he was in that first batch with Cyclops, Marvel Girl, which became Jean Grey, also had Iceman, Bobby Drake, and of course the Feral Beast. But then before that, he was still Hank McCoy. So Warren Worthington III underwent a lot of changes in the comics because he started off as a pretty boy that was rich, but then again, daddy's money could not buy him respect because he was a mutant, and his mutation was that he had these huge wings in his back that made him an angel-like figure. And well, a lot of people, especially those who were privy to God's creation, was afraid that he was what do you call it? He was a harbinger, of the apocalypse. And then in the 90s, he underwent this huge change into Archangel that many people believed in the comic realm, at least, made him out as a villain, and now he is straddling that line as a member of X-Force. So we will have the last mutant that I have for my collection right now. And here we have Marvel's Gambit out of the packaging. So he has this specific hand right here. These are his throwing playing cards that were part of the packaging. Also, he has his signature staff that came from the packaging as well as this figure that I don't know where it's gonna be placed. And he has this interchangeable hand right here. So we have X-Men's Gambit. This is Remy LeBeau, and he is the Cajun part of the X-Men. I really love this character when he came out because, well, in the 90s I was just a kid, but this figure, or this specific character, was part of the X-Men since the 80s. I think he appeared following the Hellfire Club incident, and then he has been a staple of the X-Men ever since. And then I just really love his love triangle with Marrow. I don't know if that was how they pronounce it. I think it's Marrow, and of course Rogue. So I really love both of those characters when they were together. And then in the recent House of X, no, in the 2010 storyline where they were still forming the mutant haven of Asteroid M that was in San Francisco following the Civil War. It was Remy LeBeau along with Rogue and then Danger that was trying to quell the mutant suppression in San Francisco and allow the opening of Asteroid M. And their enemy at that time was the Dark Avengers that featured Norman Osborn as Iron Patriot. That's the last comic that I read that had Gambit and Rogue together. I don't know if in the latest comic in the House of X and the Power of X that they're still together. So if you know about that, please let me know in the comments what kind of reading recommendations would you have me read specifically for the character of Gambit. And I just really like this character right here. I really love the character design. Maybe the head could have used some work because in the comics he had this fluffy hair of hair on his head, but in this specific figure you can see right here that the head you can't really move it in any direction. It just stays in that specific area. And then the cape, so the cape, or I don't know what you would call it, is really intruding in the overall availability of every part of Gambit. So it hinders in terms of how it's gonna be posed, but overall this character I much prefer from older versions, but I still don't have the retro X-Men Gambit, so I might have second thoughts when I would be able to purchase that figure if they still look good. So I'll pose these three together and I hope you like them because they really rock. And here we have all three out of the packaging. So out of the three figures right here, the most impressive certainly would be Archangel, but I just love all these three characters and I hope you love them too. That's why I make these videos, because I just love these characters and I want to show them off, you know. I just never had the opportunity to own these kinds of things before, and then now that I have them, I'm gonna show them because that's just something that I would want to share to the world. So I hope that everyone likes this video, and I hope that if you have any comments, you can comment them down below, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay awesome.